Hello, everybody. Hello. Happy Wednesday. I don't see you guys as much, but when I've got something to say, I see you guys and stuff. So I've got two blogs today. I'm going to do one and then do another one. And, I've got some stuff to talk about. Particularly today, I've got some stuff to talk about. Privilege trumps all. And I know as people probably who see this, and particularly for the Black women who watch my blogs and go to my blog and all that stuff, that you've probably heard about the situation that happened with our first lady here. I'm thinking on yesterday, or maybe it was over the weekend or something, but it's been pretty recent, where she was speaking at a private fundraiser and had someone interrupt her several times during her speech. And then she confronted them. She got down from behind the podium and she confronted the person and stuff. And the person was somehow shocked and surprised and all this stuff. And this person was from some sort of LGBT organization and was protesting, some asking the first lady something about President Obama signing an executive order and stuff. And she was a white woman. I don't know how old. I don't really know. They don't really say that. I've read a couple of articles about it and stuff. And I've read some articles about, there's been comments here or there about the first lady not handling that well, and that not being a good look for her, and all that sort of stuff. And I want to talk about something that I read about the other week that's actually happened to me, and probably happened to you when you're dealing with folks of privilege, which usually means white people, and particularly white women. This is not really a thing about LGBT and all this stuff, and those folks being victims of, those folks being victim of things. This is sort of a thing about white women's uncontrolled and unchecked privilege and entitlement issues and stuff. And, all this about somehow, I guess she felt, she was somehow targeted as being LGBT and all this stuff, lesbian, gay, bi, transgender. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Um, you know, I can't really get down with the sort of thing of people taking off and putting on their oppression when it suits them. The first lady is a woman of color. I don't really care about her being the first lady and being part, as part of, a powerful couple and stuff. It doesn't really matter. People somehow want to put that in as somehow she's above. Listen, Black people know, and we always know, it don't matter for a lot of people how high up you go, okay, as a Black person, what achievements you make, whatever it is that you do. To some people, you will always be just Black. Doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter how you act. It don't matter if you act in an acceptable way. It don't matter if you act in an unacceptable way. To some people, you'll forever be Black. And for Black women in particular, and for Black people in general, we cannot take off our skin. I can't get up in the morning and decide I don't want to be Black because today I'd really like not to have to deal with the hassles of white people's unchecked privilege and ignorance and racism and, all that stuff. I can't do that. There's no way for me to do it, and stuff. And for people who are white, and I say this for people who are white and LGBT, you can be oppressed whenever you decide you want to be oppressed. Okay? You don't, you can check your oppression at the door if it suits you, and go in and just be like everybody else. Totally incognito. Nobody has to know. you know, and stuff. And so all this of this woman saying how she just felt so taken aback and she was so surprised that the first lady came to her is really just another affront to black women because we dare stand up for ourselves when someone is offending us. And the other day I read an article called the double victim strategy. And I had never heard of the double victim strategy, but I'd had it done to me before by a white woman where they say something offensive to you, particularly racially offensive to you, and you as a normal, regular person get offended, say something back, and then somehow have them go into full shock and surprise because you dare say anything, because you dare confront their ignorance, because you dare confront their offense, because you dare confront their entitlement, because you dare confront their privilege. Listen, I've had it done to me and stuff. And it's mostly just shocking because it's like, I'm thinking to myself, well, I haven't done anything. Just the first lady hadn't. She just had come to a dinner, and actually it was a $500 ticket dinner. And there were a bunch of people there. They had all paid $500. The last thing you want to hear is some person jumping up and interrupting her as she's talking. That's the last. For $500, you need to sit, you need to go have several seats, okay? And stuff. So you're there and you're interrupting this because for in privileged world, nobody matters but me and what I want, and stuff. That's what happens in the world of privilege. Nothing matters but me and what I want, and I have something I wanted to say, and I'm going to interrupt her, and I'm going to be rude, and then when she confronts me about it, I'm going to be so shocked because somebody confronted me about my rudeness. For most part, for black women, we can't be victims of rudeness. It seems we only can be rude. And somehow the first lady was somehow supposed to, magically grow wings of an angel and a halo when somebody was being really inappropriate and just sort of let it float over her. Now, first of all, I'm not really understanding this. She's a person, and just like me or any other person, if you do something offensive and I find it offensive and I say something, you can't all of a sudden, trump up your white privilege and do the double victim strategy thing. Because listen, privilege trumps all. Okay, when it comes to white privilege, I could care whether you're gay or straight or Democrat or Republican. Your privilege trumps everything. And unless you check your privilege at the door, you're not going to get much support. And if you do this sort of stuff, if folks do this sort of stuff to you as a black woman, really you need to call them out. That's what I did, with the person that did it to me. I called them out. And I'm calling people out all the time, and stuff. Going to keep calling them out. Because you're not going to pretend like somebody is offending you because they defend themselves. And I'm telling you the scenario that will happen. You will go back and then she'll die and be so, oh my goodness, oh, and then she'll act all scared and nervous because you're angry and aggressive. I've talked about this before in time. Because you're angry and aggressive, then she'll bust out crying. Then she'll bust out crying, and then she'll run to some other white people, white men usually, or other white women, and then say how she didn't really do anything and you were being mean to her. And you know what? Everybody is going to be looking at you and calling you the offender. Hey, I say call people out on it. It don't matter. You already look guilty. Okay, you already been judged guilty. The folks had already decided it was all on you. So I just say call people out on the double victim strategy. Call white women and, folks using white privilege on the double victim thing. I just call them out, and stuff. Because This woman knew exactly what she was doing, you know, and for her to somehow be taken aback because the first lady actually got upset because she was rude really just shows, like I say, that her white privilege all of a sudden just trumped everything. It just trumped it all. Because the thing is, as a black person, you're not supposed to confront white women on their privilege. You're not supposed to get angry. You're supposed to somehow be above it. You're supposed to somehow play noble in this situation, you know, and stuff, and let someone insult you or offend you while you sit around and say nothing, you know, and stuff. Personally, I'm glad the first lady reacted the way she did. And I hope other black women, when they find themselves in no such situation, react the same way the first lady did. That you take people, you get directly in people's face, you look them in the eye, and you tell them where they can get off. Okay, you know, because it needs to happen. It's enough of the uncontrolled folks with unchecked privilege and entitlement issues trying to somehow make you as the black woman somehow, you know, somehow you can't be a victim. You can only be a victimizer. It's enough of people using their oppression when it suits them, you know, and stuff, and when it, you know, when it's suitable for them, when it works for them. I knew as soon as I read the article that this woman was going to use the double victim strategy. I knew it. I knew it. It never fails. I knew it. And I'm giving a link to the article on the double victim strategy because I want you to know it. I want you to recognize it and know what it is. I want you to confront people on it. Okay. I want black women not to be made out like we're victimizers when people are offending us and being offensive to us, as if we somehow don't have the right to defend ourselves, you know, and stuff. I want you to know what it is. And if you're, you know, I talk to many women here who date white men. If you date a white man, dating a white man, he should know about it too. Because some white woman he knows may try to use it on you. Okay? And you do not want him somehow, you know, shocked at the notion of some white woman that he knows and is familiar with using the double victim strategy on you and stuff. I say, you know, hey, forewarned is forearmed, okay, and stuff. So if you know what stuff is, you know how to recognize it, you know, and stuff. That the time it happened to me, I got caught slipping. I didn't even know. I knew something was happening, and I kept thinking, okay, this isn't right. How's it somehow, you know, my fault that this person is being offensive, you know, offending me, and I've defended myself, and somehow I'm wrong. Yeah, well, you know, I tell you what, after I got through telling everybody where they can get off, folks got real straight, real quick. Okay? Because I'm not going to let it happen. And I'm not going to let people, you know, run with their privilege and entitlement issues all over me. That won't be happening. You won't be doing that to me. And I suggest you don't let anybody do it to you. And personally, I congratulate the first lady, but once again, what happened with the first lady and who defended the first lady is the same thing I said in my in the advocate blog I did a while back. It was only black women defending her. I didn't see nobody else defending her in big clumps. I didn't see no bunch of people saying nothing. I didn't see nothing. You know, I see stuff here, you know, I see stuff here and there, and then there are comments from a bunch of overprivileged white people talking about how this isn't about race when it comes to listen, everything, okay, when it comes to them in many ways is about race. You've never seen a first couple so disrespected like president and the first lady. I mean, I've never seen people disrespect people on such a level as they do with them. Okay, so This somehow not, this woman somehow, this not being about, listen, yeah, it is, you know, I'm sorry, white people, your privilege trumps everything. And you all need to know that. And you all need to know that we know that. Okay, your privilege trumps everything. You know, stop trying to deny it. Stop trying to act like it's not happening. Stop trying to act like you're not doing it. And stop trying to act like you don't use it when you need to. Or it doesn't somehow. Yeah, you know, we get it. We know. Okay, even better, we're going to call you out on it. And so I'm going to give you guys a link to this article. If you're on my YouTube channel, you're going to have to go to my blog, Married Girl in a Weird World, and there you will get a link for the double victim strategy. And I'm sure when you read it, or when you hear this and what you've heard I just said, I'm sure as a black woman you've had this done to you. I'm sure you have. And you know, or seen it done. I'm sure you have, and stuff. As any kind of, you know, black woman or any other woman of color, I'm sure you've had it done to you and stuff. So I'm calling people out. You know, my point is to help my readers and the folks who look at my blog and stuff. My point is to help black women. You know, everybody else, good luck with whatever. So I hope that helps you out. I'll see you guys in a little bit with my next blog. Okay, bye bye.